Good morning, CSL Simi Valley, and welcome to a Sunday morning of Virch, coming to you from the Rambo Van Gelder Multi-Purpose Room and East Side Studio for Sinister Spirits Living. Yeah. Whew, man. Wow, what a beautiful day. Winter has come to Southern California. We call it rain. And snow, where you can use it in the mountains, right? So you can play on it. So you'd have to drive through it to get to work and all that kind of stuff. As if we were driving to work, many of us. Still in the lockdown. What a week. What a week. So many things to celebrate about this week. Peaceful transfer of power. All the shift that has taken place. The folks that are looking at the melding together of a country that was a near 50-50 split, 51-48 split. So we have to deal with that. There's some complex issues that we still need to work around. And we're still in the midst of the pandemic. It has come close to me personally, and I imagine by now it has come close to you personally. And I was thinking this morning before the service, I was doing my morning practice and using my chimes and to make the sounds that create that wonderful space for the heart. And it came to me that we have a collective group here today that understands the power of conscious thought. And so I'd like to involve us in a collective prayer this morning for the pandemic, for the global healing of the planet, for the revealing actually of perfection. Nothing needs to be healed. We just need to reveal the perfection that already exists. And I use that word perfection in the idea of completeness. As I've spoken to you about before, when you go to IKEA and you buy a box of a bookshelf, it's perfect. Everything is in there. All the parts are in there. You put it together, there's one screw in your hand, but the bookshelf is holding books and it's up against the wall. But there's a screw missing. Doesn't mean the bookshelf's not perfect. It just means it's missing a screw, but it's still working. And that's the body when it's not healed perfectly, when it's not in its full awareness of its perfection, because a screw might be missing. So let's put the screw back in the global situation to consciously send that healing message to the planet. I'm going to do 4 chimes. What I want to do with each one is invite us to take a nice conscious breath in. And with that breath, you see, at the core of our being, you see, people used to think that the nucleus of a cell was the brain of a cell. No, the brain of a cell is the membrane. It's the part of the cell that touches another cell that communicates to it. The core of the cell, the nucleus of the cell, is the birthing place of the cell. And within that area, there is a perfect idea of what that cell is to be. So right now, when we do this conscious breath together, 4 of them for each of the 100,000 people in our country that have succumbed to this pandemic disease, we're going to know that idea of perfection, that perfect cell is multiplying, dividing, spreading across the globe its healing presence. Join me as we do that. Here we go. 1. Just see it with the breath. Take in the breath of spirit, and with the release of the breath, release the idea of that wholeness and that perfection. Here we go again. A 3rd one. Nice, big, deep, conscious breath. We have just done a collective treatment for the world. And so it is. That's the power of religious thought. That's the power of the science of mind and spirit that we can collectively use. Dr. Holmes talked about that all the time. If he could find 1,000 people who could think about the same thing at the same time, whatever they thought about could be shifted and changed. And we're going to talk about that as we approach the horizon of our growth and our expansion later today. But for now, I just want us to anchor in that idea that we just did collectively and know, not hope, not think, not doubt, know that we have just made a difference in the world. And that's what we do when we say our vision and our mission statement each week. We affirm the ways in which we make a difference, a positive shift for good in the world. Join me now. We're a community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God, In gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do.
Hi, y'all. My name is Maribel May Jenkins, and I'm president of the Doglit Creek Drama Society. And I'm so tickled to be here today. And I want to thank the Right Reverend Stephen Rambo for inviting me to do the announcements. I'm so honored. So I'm going to get right into it. And here's what we do. Well, actually, here's what we don't do. This is what I mean. The Wednesday night experience y'all know and love is on hiatus this week. Wednesdays, however, will return with the next See Community Salon. Those salons that so many of y'all love. It's going to be on February 3rd, and I'd like to invite you to join me and the Right Reverend Johanna when our theme this coming month, will be love in action. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And I know, like many of y'all, I've experienced the love of a good hound dog. And, look here, who wouldn't love this face, right? And want some love from him. So that's in 2 weeks on the 3rd at 7 p.m. Mark y'all's calendars. And please bring your poems, your stories. Come sing music. We love to hear you sing. Artwork, any creative endeavor. Come on out and share with your community. I'd just like to ask you one thing. You might want to leave your guns at home, your firearms. Okay, our other weekly activities are still on schedule and available for your spiritual enrichment and enjoyment. Now, this coming Wednesday at 5:30, we have Yoga with Debbie. Come join Debbie Jarvis, where not only does your spirit get a workout and get renewed, but also your mind and your body. You can't beat it. And it's a darn good time. Now here's the Zoom information for you. I think it's right down here on the screen. Is that you if you got a pen, you want to write it down. I'll just read it off to you, give you a minute. But if not, don't worry about it. It's on our website. You'll be able to find it. So ID is 878 5693 8671. And the passcode is 253932. All right. Now, we got 2 other weekly activities. And the first one is Play and Learn with Dr. Susan. And I think it's on the screen. Is that it up there or over here? I'm not sure. But Play and Learn with Dr. Susan. You don't want to miss it. Streaming live on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. And it's through the CSL CME website. It's also available on YouTube at CSL CME channel. So 2 opportunities, folks. Don't miss it. And number 2, we have every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon with the Right Reverend Stephen. We have Practicing Oneness at 1. Oh my, it's on Facebook Live, and you'll find it right away on Reverend Stephen's Facebook page if you just search for Reverend Stephen Rambo. And I've been to a few of them. Ooh boy, you don't want to miss it. They're very uplifting. Well, the center's practitioners and ministers, bless their little pea-picking hearts, they're here for you at any time offering emotional and spiritual support. You may submit your prayer treatment request by visiting the center's website and just look for practitioners. We have a bunch of them. You can also call the office anytime for your prayer request. But right now, real time, you can type your prayer request right now into the little chat box. Do you see that there? I see bunches of you chatting away, so I think you know where it is. But just type it right in. Come on, bring them on. Fling one at us. Anyway, all of our services are archived on YouTube. Just have to search CSL Simi Valley and tell your friends and associates to check them out. And a link to our archives is also easy to find on our website's homepage. Now, I just want to welcome y'all to wherever y'all are, wherever you're viewing from in this beautiful country of ours, or maybe around the world. And I just want to remind you, you don't have to get all fixed up. You don't have to put on makeup like I had to, or put on your wig like I had to here. No, you can leave them at home. You can be at home, just comfy, kicking your feet up, drinking your cup of coffee, and being comfy right from your home. So please come, please. And we're grateful that you are here with us this morning. And how do I turn this off?
Thank you, Maribel May Jenkins. Bless your cotton socks. That was just really sweet. I so appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Those are the announcements of this week. If you'd like to tune in or to do the announcements, just send an email to me or to Lane Taylor. We'll put you on the schedule. And if you need some coaching, we can get Maribel can definitely put you in touch with the Doglit Creek Drama Society to help you out, so you can do your announcements. Or maybe you want to talk to Chef John, and he can tell you how to do the recipe. But we got folks that are doing it and loving it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. All right, I'm going to go into the rest of the service. I want to remind you as we listen to this next song that there are things that have come up this week for some people that get lodged in the body, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But this is the time to release that, to open ourselves up to the most amazing spiritual experience that we could possibly have for the week as we dive deeply into the oneness of who we are. Here we go with the Soul Purpose Band bringing us I Release.
I release, I let go, I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only divine. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. I release, I let go, I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, only for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good morning, and welcome to ART. That's A-R-T, Affirmation, Reading, and Treatment. This morning, brought to you from the Simi Valley Arroyo, home for what seems like an infinite variety of birds. I'm going to read the affirmation once, and then I'll invite you to read it with me. I consciously see where I am going. Satisfied when I get there, divinely infused vision carries me on. Okay, together. I consciously see where I am going. Satisfied when I get there, divinely infused vision carries me on. So my reading this morning is partially my creation, but mostly Rumi. I call it a Rumi collage. I collected different lines from a whole different variety of Rumi poems, and they actually seem to fit together fairly well. So, a Rumi collage. Why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes back in another form. Do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. Your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. What you seek is seeking you. Without love, all worship is burden, all dancing is a chore, all music is mere noise. You have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be in love. If we love, our hearts and souls receive wings. You are not just a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. If light is in your heart, you will find your way home. Stop the words now. Open the window in the center of your chest and let the spirits fly in and out. And so, as we recognize that spirit that flies in and out of our open heart, join me in an opening treatment. From a place of serenity, I recognize the unimaginable magnificence of this world. I recognize that all is here for my good. I recognize that I am creator of my good. I no longer sit idly by waiting. I move. I choose a direction. I focus on my good. I am now discerning. I am now confident in my direction. I am not deterred by circumstance. I am peacefully certain of my place. I am willing to participate. I am willing to fail. I am willing to succeed, knowing that neither success nor failure is my master. I am aware that my work is to direct my life. My work is to focus my attention on a feeling of wholeness. I focus now. I know I am captain of my ship. I am able to direct my thoughts, attention, and energy in a direction of my dreams. And joy presents itself at the moment I commit. So I swing wide the doors to my heart, my mind, and move forward undeterred by what appears as obstacles. Every rock I step over or around strengthens me. I am power and presence and knowledge expressing in, through, and as God. Nothing can stop me now, for I know how to direct my thoughts, and thus I know my thoughts create my feelings, and I absolutely know that where I have deep emotions and feelings, the world reflects them right back to me. So I move. I move to joy. I move to enthusiasm. I move in the direction of my increasing good on the spiral up into my amazing life. Grateful for this feeling, which I know has all the power of the universe in it, I release and let go and know, truly know, it is done. And so it is.
Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. I can see you in my mind's eye. I love you all. I can't wait until I can be there with you in person. So, this is a new song. You feel free to sing it if you want to. If you know it, it goes like this. Gonna climb this mountain. I won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. no doubt about it. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Try it with me, all that, here we go. Gonna climb this mountain, I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, no doubt about it. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down, leave behind what's weighing me down. Wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling, face forward, feet on the ground, living in this courage I've found. The sky is calling, gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, no doubt about it. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down, leave behind what's weighing me down. Wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling, face forward, feet on the ground, living in this courage I've found. The sky is calling. Can you hear it? Here we go. Gonna climb this mountain, gonna climb this mountain. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, no doubt about it. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down, wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling, face forward, feet on the ground, living in this courage I've found. The sky is calling, gonna climb this mountain. I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, I won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. One step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time, yeah. One step at a time. One step at a time. Thank you.
Well, it's time to fall into the gap. Today is going to be a little different. When I was first taking Science of Mind class with Dr. Dennis many years ago, and he was teaching us how to meditate, he asked us one time, did you ever try to meditate and then your neighbor started running their lawnmower and all this chaos was there and you were trying to meditate, and how am I supposed to meditate with all this chaos going on? Well, he told us to invite the chaos into your meditation. So today I found yet another bird that I hadn't shared with you. In fact, more than one. And normally I silence the audio, but today I'm not going to do that. And you have the opportunity to invite the chaos into our 3-minute meditation. I'll keep track of the time. Here we go. So how did you do? Were you still able to find that God awareness place? That inner peace? Always an opportunity to practice more. Namaste.
Open your mind and unfold your heart. Relax your senses and feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath. Yeah. Release your cringe. Love without waiting, without waiting. Slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. It's already who we are. So lift up your voice. Lift it up now, now, and let it be heard. Let it be heard. Tell me your story. Tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. Not a word, no. 'Cause I think I have been there too. I'm a seeker just like you. And you ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Lay it all down, down, down. Lay it all down. Open your mind and unfold your heart. Yeah.
Gary Lynn Floyd. I love that song. There's so many lyrics in that song that I want to hold on to share with you about, this, but the idea that we have love within our heart, that's what we are, that we can step down inside ourselves until we become unwound, that there is a place within us that is unbound, and that place resides over the horizon. And the great thing is we get to keep going toward that horizon all the time. And that's what we're talking about today. Today's talk is the horizon is only the beginning, or in John Newbell lingo, the horizon is only the beginning. It's the space where we begin, where we end, where the journey moves us forward. I end my talk frequently with the affirmation, but I want to begin today's talk with the affirmation because it really guides where we're going today. And it seems a little complicated, but it's not. It's really, check this out. Here's what we got. See, I consciously see where I'm going. We're aware. Are we always aware? This is affirming that we now are always aware of where we're going. And that's why we can be satisfied when we get there, because we're constantly aware of where we're going. And if we're constantly aware and satisfied when we get there, then we can be divinely infused. We can have divine wisdom within us to carry us forward. And we're going to talk about how to open ourselves up to that divine wisdom to carry us forward. Because when you're looking out to the horizon, it's great to move toward the horizon. But what helps us to get to the space that we're looking at when we see the horizon is to take stock. Take stock of where we are. Dr. Holmes says it all the time. We must look at the condition. We must examine our beliefs. We must see how it is that we are thinking and what we're thinking about and why we're thinking about it. So that's taking stock of the whole thing. And then once we take stock, we'll say, okay, it's just like an inventory in the store. These are the items that we have on the shelf. These are the ones that are moving. These aren't moving so well. These we're going to give away to Goodwill. We figure that out. See? So we take stock. Now, once we've decided what we're keeping, what we're letting go of, then we can begin to see out toward the horizon and to envision possibilities. Ah, yeah. I see this, I see that. We can dream with a vision, you see. And once we got that dream together, then we make a plan. See, and that's how treatment works. First, you do the examination, right? You take the stock. Then you envision a possibility. That becomes your statement of purpose. And then you make a plan. The plan is your treatment. The plan is that I recognize I'm one with the divine. I am part of this thing that is. I unify with it. I realize my plan right now. I give great gratitude for that plan. And then I release that plan into the universe and I make that plan happen. And that treatment, that's us approaching our growth edge. It moves us to that new space. And we've seen people in our lives do it. You've done it a million times. I was thinking this week about our dear Angela Carroll Brown. She did that. She took stock of where she was in terms of Los Angeles and her career and what she wanted to do with her life in terms of music, right? And writing and the next step. And then she envisioned possibilities. And as she envisioned possibilities, a plan developed between her, a divinely inspired plan with a friend who had this castle-type house. We've seen pieces of it. She showed it to us in a little bit, and you can call her and check her out on Facebook. I'm sure she'll show you more, right? Then she made the plan, and then she approached her growth edge. I'm going to leave LA and live this plan. And we've seen the results of it. She's super happy, and we've still connected with her. She's given us great music. That's moving toward the horizon, you see. But it requires self-awareness. You got to check your motivations. You got to check your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? What beliefs are affirming and what beliefs are denying your truth? And decide to leave those behind, you see? Because once we've developed some of this self-awareness, once we've done the spiritual practice, that's the foundation for making wise choices. It's part of what Dr. Holmes says is just the story of life itself. He says that the spiral of life is upward. And evolution carries us ever forward. The spiral of life was upward, and evolution carries us forward. You see, that forward movement supports our healing and our revealing, whether it's collective, whether it's individual, whether it's for a movement. I mean, for our own Science of Mind movement. The first horizon that Dr. Holmes approached was teaching the power of mind and thought. That was the first horizon. Okay, we made that. Now, if you've ever, when I'm riding motorcycles, I'm always looking and loving the horizon. That's where I want to go. But you see, the thing about riding is the horizon, you never really reach there, but what you do reach are the markers along the way. Like there's this beautiful cliff face right there. And so you ride along, and next thing you know, the cliff face is right next to you. So you've reached that particular part of the horizon, but a new horizon is in front of you. So we've reached that horizon around teaching the power of mind and thought, and we've gone beyond that to the global vision for the Centers of Spiritual Living. So now we have reached a new horizon that's evolving the heart. It's not just law, mind, and power of mind, but now the global vision is it's called the global heart vision, because now our movement, the Centers of Spiritual Living, has evolved into a heart. And now we've reached that, okay? We got that. But now there's a new one showing up that's on the horizon, a new one where we get to add a different part of the body, the wisdom within the body. That's the next horizon. So that's the one that's we're just beginning to approach, and the one that's going to bring so much power into our lives. And we're seeing it show up in a lot of places. Now, the body is a very complex thing. There's one horizon. It's the physical body, like our friend Wally went through, where he had his bike accident, and then he had to take stock of what was going to happen. How, what was his health about? Was his shoulder going to be okay? Was his back going to be okay? Had to do all that kind of stuff. Then he had to envision the possibilities of health, and also see the value of riding in his life, and could he return to bike riding? Yes, he could. So he made a plan, and recently Wally got back out on his bike again, and he's riding again. You see, we get to return to our growth and our life as we take stock, envision the possibilities, and make the plan and approach that growth edge. But there's another kind of body that I want to talk about. It's what resides in the body. It's the intelligence in the body that supports the physical and the mental, but there's also this emotional and spiritual aspect that is buried within us, this somatic wisdom that is the proof of our interconnectedness and our interdependence. That somatic wisdom I'm talking about, this is the feeling tone that lands deep in the body, that ancestral body space that's sometimes pretty complex. The idea that we are all interconnected, the idea that we are all interdependent can be challenging at best. When we see a nation that's divided politically, when you see a nation that's divided along racial lines quite frequently, when we see a nation that's divided, a world that's divided along class lines, a world that's divided along political systems, a world that appears to be divided in so many different ways, that the body feels uncomfortable with that division, because the body is about, and the soul journey is about oneness. It's about wholeness. It's about what Gary said in that song. It's about love. We are love within, you see. And in the complexity of life, when all these non-connectedness things are showing up, where all this interdependent stuff is showing up that we hear about in the news, that we see through advertising, through medical ads, and the political structure, and oh my God, there's so many ways that it looks like we're not connected. The body has to do something with that dis-ease, and it becomes a bypass. We just want to pass it by. We're like, everything's okay. It's all good. It's all life. It's all love. It's all one. So we sidestep feelings. We sidestep wounds that within us. We sidestep our needs to do something, to make a change for stuff that's happening. And so there's one part of us that wants to be totally aware and live in the space of oneness, and another part that thinks, this is just way too much, that wants to become self-unaware. And unfortunately, with a glancing over of our science of mind principles, it's easy to make a bypass. It's easy to say, because, we believe in oneness. We believe that God, it's all God, and that it's all good. And you say, it's all good, it's all great. But no. A more careful reading reveals what Dr. Holmes says to us very carefully. He says that unless we become the living embodiment of love and light, we shall have no justification in saying that God is love and light. We cannot say that it's all good and it's all God if we are not all individually and collectively the living embodiment of love and of light that is God. That's the call. We can't say it's all right when it's not all right. When we look out and feel that it's not all right, we can't just claim that it's all right. You can't say peace when you're in chaos inside. If you do, it resides in the body. It lands, it stays. The somatic memory holds it. And in holding it, it holds us back from reaching the horizon of our dreams, the horizon of our growth, the horizon of our expansion. You see, the body has a very interesting thing about it. It's really great because it has this, because it's allowed us to get to where we are today. The body loves safety. It wants to survive, especially so much so that it will choose safety and survival over logic, over truth, over cognitive experience, over the learning that life brings to us, where we go this way and that way, and we say, ooh, don't want to go there again, but we'll go there again anyway. That kind of stuff. The body, logically, this doesn't make sense, but we do it anyway. You hear the truth, but you believe and act on the lie. This happens to us all, right? We hold on to the joyful experiences and bury the painful experiences, even if the joyful experiences only support our safety and survival, but not support the love that is unbound within us. One step at a time. We get to do it one step at a time. Tap into our ancestral wisdom. Tap into our societal wisdom, because the societal and ancestral pain is lodged in the body. So it's our choice. Are we going to let it lodge? Or are we going to work to lift it? We're going to hold it in, or we're going to let it go and release. I release, I let go. I let who? The Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide because I'm only here for God. How does that happen? Well, newsflash, it happens because sometimes healing involves discomfort. But so does refusing to heal. Only by walking into our pain or our discomfort can we grow. Listen to Resvaa Menakem. He knows what he's talking about. Healing involves discomfort, but so does refusing to heal. Only by walking into our pain or our discomfort can we grow. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you ready to grow, to step into the discomfort that it takes to move toward the horizon? Sometimes on the journey, you get tired and you want to sit down in the middle of the road. But if you do that, the horizon stays right there. But if you keep on stepping, you'll hit that landmark where you'll see what was the horizon is now your present moment, and there's a new horizon before you. That's what's happened in our, I'm really so excited about what the founders of BLM did. Alicia Garza, Opal Tometi, Patrisse Cullors. These three women and more set out on a plan to see a reimagined world, not just for Black people, but for people all over the world, for equity to show up in the U.S. and globally. They spread a movement that it also includes climate change and food for all and peace for all. The movement is larger than what it even started out to be, but it continues to grow. Their horizon continues to expand because they have decided that they were sick and tired of being sick and tired. The discomfort of seeing repeated deaths in the streets of America and around the world at the hands of authority was too much for them. They decided to walk into the pain, to let go of that ancestral pain that was lodged in the body, to lift it up and to allow others to be lifted up by it. You see, because over time, we develop shields to the pain and shields to the heartache. It's like being on Star Trek and Captain Kirk says, shields up, and suddenly no more feeling gets in. We block it, you see. But the horizon that we are approaching now, the horizon beyond having thought and mind self-awareness, the horizon beyond pulling in the heart that evolves love, the horizon now that we are approaching is to tap into this energy, this somatic wisdom within the body, and to say, hey, flash some of that wisdom on me. Allow me to break down these shields so I can break through to my truth, so I can add love to my self-awareness, so I can step over a threshold that allows me to renew my ability to be sensitive, renew my sensitivities in life. This is the call. This is the journey that we are all on right now. This is why there's so much division in our world. It's on purpose to remind us every day of what work is to be done, to remind us of our interconnectedness, to remind us of our interdependence. Because when you see these flashes on the news screen and they make you feel uncomfortable, they're not making you feel uncomfortable to make you feel uncomfortable. They're making you feel uncomfortable to step toward the horizon into the beginning of a new age for all people. That's what Science of Mind prepares us for. That's why the work of mind, thought, understanding. That's why the work of taking stock of our beliefs. That's why the work of envisioning possibilities takes place, making a plan so we can grow toward our beyond. It's a wonderful quote from Mahatma Gandhi that I want to share with you now, where he wrote, all the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendency in the world would also change. Doesn't that sound familiar? All the tendencies present in the outer world, the race consciousness, the human race consciousness, are to be found in the world of our body. What is happening in the world has landed within our somatic wisdom. And if we could change ourselves, if we could open ourselves up to that wisdom, the tendencies of the world would also change. He had a wonderful phrase for that. He called that the divine supreme mystery. The divine supreme mystery. Dr. Holmes had a similar phrase. You may be hearing it in your head right now. Change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking, change your life. Change your beliefs, change your life. Not just your life, but see, your life, my life is our life, is the world life. As we change our lives, we change the lives of everyone. Let's enter the mystery of connectedness. Let's enter the mystery of the wisdom of somatic ideas that is within our body. Let's tap into that divinely infused vision that's available to each and every one of us, consciously stepping there, moving forward in satisfaction to where we get to go. And there's some tips for this. There's some tips that can allow us to take what is landed in the body that is distressful within us, that keeps us awake at night and we don't know why, that becomes the subject of our journals that we write about, that becomes the visions of our prayers that we go to our practitioner about, that become the repeating patterns in our lives that bring us levels of dissatisfaction. All of those can be found, the roots of those can be found in that somatic wisdom that's laying deep down within the body. So we get to pull it out. And Rizwa Minikim has come up with some wonderful reminders of how to pull that stuff out. Very simple little things. When you're feeling the levels of distress going on, and some of you who've been studying the book My Grandmother's Hands already know this stuff, but if you haven't, it's a great book to check out, My Grandmother's Hands. And he talks about things like just just humming. Have you ever noticed little kids, how they hum? Because they don't really know that something distressful is happening, but they intuitively know that something can be released through humming or rocking. Rocking chairs, aren't they amazing? You know why they're amazing? Because they they lift that pain and anxiety out of the body to rock back and forth. Have you ever done public speaking or see someone doing public speaking and they're kind of nervous and you notice they might be rocking back and forth? They don't know what they're doing, but what they're doing is they're releasing the stress of the moment by getting it out of the body, letting it go. Clapping in unison. We all clap together. The power of the stadium, when you're in the football stadium and everybody starts to clap all together at the same time, and the team and the home team does what? The next play, they score a touchdown. Why? That energy of collective energy moving through is powerful. That's why drumming and singing circles are so powerful. Why we love to sing community songs in church, because it pulls us into that space of interconnectedness and it lifts up the stuff and the pain within us. The call response, I say this, you say that, and so it is. The way we say, and so it is, together at the end of every prayer. Laughing together and crying together, feeling together. These are the ways that build awareness, that enhance our levels for empathy, that tap us into a way of expanding our emotional, our emotional IQ, our EQ, our emotional quotient, right? Sarah Blondin, in her lovely book, Heart Minded, talks about it in sort of a poetic way. She says, "The body brings antidote to swollen sting, to mighty blow. Do not be afraid to drink in the medicine of your being." Let your body bring the antidote to the swollen sting, to the mighty blow. Drink in the medicine of your being. What is the medicine of your being? What is your being? It's love. Drink in the medicine of love. And then step toward the next horizon. Yours personally, ours collectively, ours as a movement. It's all awaiting and more just over the horizon. And so it is. So let's do the affirmation again. If you haven't heard it enough, one more time. Maybe you even know it by heart now. Okay, here it is. I consciously see where I am going. Satisfied when I get there, divinely infused vision carries me on. Let's do our healing, revealing prayer at this moment. So I'm calling forth the one power, the one energy, the one presence that is right now reminding me how silly it is to call it forth. It's not about calling it forth. It's about calling ourselves forth into the recognition that it is already there, and to allowing the idea of being unified with that to settle on the mind and the heart and the body. For I know within, there is something within me that knows, just as when I look at a beautiful sunset on the horizon, as I wait in anticipation for the green flash that may occur as the sun dips over the horizon, as I look into the baby's eyes, as I wonder at the young 2-year-old who reaches up to grab Dad's hand, as I watch the little tyke learn how to ride his bike without the training wheels, as I see the love that's upon seniors who have found their love late in life and are holding hands on a park bench, all these things that allow us to see this interconnectedness in this very moment. I call it forth as the divine soul purpose being expressed, which is love. So in this moment, I recognize that the core of our being is a prevailing love that is beyond logic, beyond truth, beyond cognition. It simply is, and it is right now expanding in each and every one of us, bringing more healing, more revealing of prosperity and abundance, more right action and harmony in our lives. In every aspect, in every way that we go, we are self-consciously aware of the horizon to which we march, and we go there with a sense of power and purpose, and knowing that our mission is involved within our very being. So we open up to it. And I'm so grateful to crack that opening for myself and hold that opening for each and every one of you in peace and in grace. As I release this prayer to the law that knows, and so it is. That was sweet and fun. And it requires, hold on. I need another one. Here we go. And so it is. And so it shall be. Ubuntu. I am because you are because I am. I am because you are. You are because I am. Let's go back to Gary Lynn Floyd.
Love be with you. Peace enfold you, Spirit lift you, breathe it in. Truth come through you, make good flow to you, and let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, love be with you. Sing that one line. Ooh, love be with you. Yeah, sing it with me. Ooh, love be with you. Yeah. All together, hand in hand, we see the light, we take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your past and set it free. Share this blessing. Love be with you, peace enfold you, Spirit lift you, breathe it in. Truth come through you, make good flow to you, let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, love be with you. Sing it with me. Ooh, love be with you. Ooh, love be with you, yeah, yeah. Love be with you, peace enfold you, Spirit lift you, breathe it in. truth come through you, may good flow to you, and let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, 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 love be with you. I love you. See you next time.
The spirit of abundance flows through me. It lives inside my breath. As I inhale, the flow of abundance resides in every breath.
Let's now move from our contemplation of abundance to our prayer or treatment for abundance for Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. Join me now. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL Simi Valley now. Divine love is victorious.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I surrender. I am one in the spirit around me. I surrender. I surrender. I trust in God. I trust in God.
So in this moment, I recognize the infinite abundance of God, the infinite abundance of this world, the infinite abundance of this center, and the infinite abundance of each one in attendance today, knowing that each contribution is God in action, that each contribution is allowing for a more peaceful, more harmonious, and more unified world. And so it is. Namaste.
And so it is. Thank you, John Newbill. Thanks to everyone. It's a wonderful, wonderful day today. And I hope you will go and do something loving for yourself and for the world today. Let's do a quick recap of the service. It's such a beautiful day that Reverend Johanna decided to take it outside for the recap. So let's go outside to Reverend Johanna for the recap.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. What a beautiful day it is. Yes, Reverend Stephen, you're so right. It's so fresh because of all the rain. So nature has been dusted off, and so have we with this beautiful service this morning. So this is the recap. The title of the talk, our focus is "The Horizon is Only the Beginning." So before heading off toward the horizon, take stock. Envision possibilities, make a plan, and know you're heading toward your growth edge. It takes self-awareness to check your motivations and listen to one's inner dialogue, to one's beliefs. Horizon tracking is more than a thought and is enhanced by utilizing somatic wisdom, by embodying the love and light within and as us. We also must call life as we see it, truly see it, avoiding the tempting spiritual bypass. The journey is not always easy. It involves discomfort, but the discomfort is not more and likely a lot less than the discomfort of refusing the journey, of refusing to heal and reveal, of refusing to grow. New horizons appear as we break down our shields to pain and heartache, and renew our sensitivities as revealed through the wisdom residing in our flesh and bones. And we enter into the divine supreme mystery. Numerous tools, spiritual and physical, will take us to the next horizon. These tools strike a mighty blow to what blocks our good because of pent-up pains, troubles, traumas. These tools are the medicines to add to spiritual practices that will take us over the waiting horizon. And some of these medicines are humming, rocking, communal clapping and drumming, choral singing, call and response, wailing, and laughing circles. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Johanna. Sweet. Thank you. I'll see you outside in a bit. All right. So, while doing thanks to Reverend Johanna for today's recap, but also for, wow, where do I begin? How about with Mary Bell? I mean, wow. Bless her cotton socks. Wasn't that just sweet? Thank you, Dorothy Morgan, for your announcements today and for your second personality. We like her. And to all of you for here today, for our beautiful Gary Lynn Floyd, his lovely music, and him joining up in a minute with Floyd Lula, with his writing partner, Jamie Lula, for our closing song. Always the Soul Purpose Band. Thanks to the Collinses for letting us use your backyard to record the Soul Purpose Band music for our services. John Newbill for today's art affirmation reading treatment, and for taking us into the middle of a Alfred Hitchcock meditation with the birds. Oh my goodness. It was really quite cool to just be there and to allow that. Sometimes there's a meditation I like to do where I just listen for the noises that are as far away as I could possibly hear. How far can I extend my hearing in meditation to bring it all in? Because it's really a part of that whole oneness idea that we're talking about. And remember today, the beginning of the service when we did that collective prayer. Try that a couple times throughout the week in your morning spiritual practice. Let's do our spiritual work to bring an end to this pandemic so we can all return together. It'll be a full year in March. March 15th was the last time we had service together. So we will look at some ways we can bring things together for us all. I also noticed that so many people are streaming now on Sunday mornings. Our stream stayed strong coming out of the switcher this morning, but I noticed it did interrupt a few times during the service. It's just so many people. Sometimes if you refresh, just hang in there. It will pick up where it left off, so you don't lose anything. So just stay with it, and we continue to look at ways that we can get our message out without having to use only Facebook. We can use our website and maybe even YouTube. So we're still continuing to look at that. So thank you, Gregory Seymour, for searching out solutions on how we can get our message out to more of our community each week. There will be an Opera Virch, so join me for Opera Virch. After service, we'll be getting together and talking. I already put it in the window, in the chat window here, so just go for the link to Opera Virch, and the code for it is 844-8364-7518. 844-8364-7518. Join us there. The passcode for it is the church's phone number, 805-527-0870. If you don't, you know the church phone number, but just use the link that's in the Facebook page right there. Go for it right now. Go grab that copy and paste it, and then put it in your browser in a few minutes. So we'll see you after service there for Opera Virch. Join me now for the closing benediction, and then another Virch service. It seems like this hour and 20 minutes or so goes by so quickly, but it has gone by again. Let these words land on your heart as you say them. I am at home where, in the heart of God, my life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Hey, Simi Valley, we're grateful that you're here. This is from Floyd Lula.
We love you. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us and decorate this place. As it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. In the name of love, may we always be seeking out the best till we all are free. Living in a world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. 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 Oh yeah. In the name of love. 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 Peace and blessing. We love you. open your mind and unfold your heart. Relax your senses and feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath, yeah. Release your cringe. Love without waiting, without waiting. Slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. It's already who we are. So lift up your voice. Lift it up now, now, and let it be heard. Let it be heard. Tell me your story. Tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. Not a word, no. 'Cause I think I have been there too. I'm a seeker just like you. And you ain't got a thing to fear. Looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down. Go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Lay it all down, down, down. Lay it all down. Open your mind and